Belgium with 3 points. The game earlier today was goalless between Croatia and Morocco, and Canada keep their record of fourth game in the World Cup. Still no points and no goals. Congratulations, Vincent. A win is a win. 3 points is 3 points, but it wasn't the most free-flowing Belgian performance I've ever seen.
No, you could see the players were happy with the win, but it was a difficult game. And yeah, I mean, you rely on some players. Like I saw just Courtois in a couple of situations that were a little bit hairy, just calm, composes, catches the ball, doesn't release it. We've seen a couple of released goals today, and they still rely on good players, but it wasn't the best performance.
Yeah. Belgium, 21 shots, 3 on against Belgium, 21 shots and 3 on target. Says a lot, really, for Canada's finishing, really.
It really does. They'd be devastated because of the effort and the heart they showed throughout that match. And it just shows the difference in quality when you have those moments, having the composure to make something of it. They just lack that finesse at the end of everything that they did today.
Yeah. They probably feel really, really disappointed they didn't get anything out of that game, Canada.
Yeah, I think there's enough there to build on, though. I think they pose problems to a really experienced team that we spoke about before, a team that's been here, seen this and done it. So things to build on, but the 21 shots at goal with only 3 on target really does tell you the full picture, the full story.
And a missed penalty to boot.
Yeah, and it could have gone very different. If that ball got a penalty, big if, could be looking at a different game, but motivation won't be a problem for this Canadian team with the manager in charge.
This was the decision. It was a VAR, turned it over after the referee went to the monitor. It was one of those that blasted from close range, arms slightly out, but
it's one that us defenders in the studio wouldn't be happy with at all.
It was probably a shot that was maybe going in, which may have contributed, well, it certainly contributed to the yellow card he received. It was on target. Big moment for Alphonso Davies. He's the star man, obviously, one of the terrific young players at Bayern Munich, but not his day, was it?
No, and Courtois, I think you've got to give him huge credit in these situations. Huge goalkeeper, massive presence.
Well, tell us about Thibaut Courtois. I mean, he's a wonderful goalkeeper. Certainly one of the best goalkeepers in the world, if not the best. I remember the Champions League final, he was phenomenal, wasn't he, against Liverpool?
Yeah.
He's brilliantly consistent. It must be great to have someone like that behind you.
Yeah, he's got a couple of, really quickly on the ground, close to the ground.
Hence the penalty.
And he's just calm. And I think the biggest thing you can actually wish for from your goalkeeper is just someone that's calm, someone that comes out. The biggest thing you can actually wish for from your goalkeeper is just someone that's calm, someone that comes out, picks up that ball, and then just takes off the pressure. He feels the momentum of a game so well. Important player for us.
Confident as well, isn't he? Because I remember talking about the Ballon d'Or and saying, well, why don't goalkeepers get it? I should get it.
So yeah, they shouldn't.
I totally agree. They shouldn't get no goalkeepers. They're like a separate species, aren't they? They're so different.
Yeah, is massively important for this Belgian team.
Yeah. Batshuayi, he's an interesting player, isn't he? He kind of runs around and he fumbles a little bit, and then he'll get a goal. Yeah. He's an out-and-out goal scorer, isn't he? He's got a good record.
He'll be delighted, and as goal scorers should be. He gets his goal. That's what he's there to do. He capitalises on a bit of bad defending, and once he gets in there, it's a fabulous finish. But my WhatsApp groups are going crazy out, saying how terrible he is and this and that, and all of a sudden he shuts everybody up with this one moment of class.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic finich.
You could actually see throughout the game, sometimes Kevin De Bruyne actually getting frustrated because Kevin De Bruyne was trying to pick out certain passes and his movement was not on sync with Kevin De Bruyne.
They weren't on the same wavelength, were they?
Yeah, but for him to finish, that's most probably one of his hardest ones he had today, and he finishes it.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see what Roberto Martinez thinks. Here he is.
Well, I think today was such a difficult game. Canada were better than us in what we wanted to do. They were very clear on what they wanted to do, come to the tournament with an incredible celebration, great emotion, what we expected. This Canada team, they got a lot of pace, little directness, and to be fair, we had to show another side of our play. I'm delighted because we won the game through grit, through experience, through the quality of a goalkeeper that he can keep you in the game with a penalty. many elements that I think the victory for me today is more important than a victory when you play well. Canada deserves to be better than us in the way that they approach their performance, but at the end I thought that the result reflects a little bit the things that we had to do and the way we defended for each other and the way that we took the chance.
There was a lot of mentality, but in the end it's a poor team performance.
At the end it's a win.
Are you concerned?
Ruben, it's a win and we need to play better and we need to grow. We've been 5 days. This is a tournament where you need to grow with these games. You've seen it. Many top teams losing games because the reason is that this tournament is going to make you develop and grow as the tournament goes on. If you do that by winning games, it's an incredible advantage because today we didn't win by our normal talent, our normal quality on the ball, but you don't win a game in the World Cup if you don't do other side well. So I think we need to be realistic. We need to appreciate the win. We didn't play well, that's clear, but when a team can win a game without playing well, it's a lot to build on.
Martinez, what's he like to play for, Vincent?
Yeah, I think he's, in his knowledge of football, his understanding, he's got such a depth of understanding of the game, and because he has an experienced team, I think he gets the best out of this team more by fine-tuning and really giving them little pieces of information that can make the difference. But his analysis is spot on. I mean, they won. That's what matters.
9 of Canada's team had an attempt on goal. Only Batshuayi and Dendoncker did for Belgium. They had so many opportunities, but this was the difference between the sides, I suppose, in the end.
They could have put this game to bed. This will be a great opportunity. He had Johnson to finish it. But like we were talking about, it's just that end quality in the end. They do so well to hunt in packs and win the ball back and be so direct. But this is where, Gary, the quality, just taking that time, that composure in the final third is absolutely everything.
It's decision making. You've got making the right decisions. You get in these areas, picking the right pass, timing every run, and then being able to execute with the final piece of the jigsaw. And they just didn't have it today. This was beautiful. Nutmegs to Kevin De Bruyne. This is the best chance for me. Middle of goal, got to head that, put that in the back of the net, and wasn't to be. And a lot of these guys, I'm sure, will sit there and there's elements positives to take out of this as well, but the finishing will be something I'm not sure many will lose sleep over.
I think the difference is when you're saying about tournament experience as well. Canada will go back to the hotel tonight and be so frustrated, but tournament football, you now need to put that game to bed, learn lessons, but quickly move on.
But I think Belgium will get to learn some lessons as well. There's been the changes of Onana who's been brought in. There's been, fresh blood was never played in the World Cup, Trossard, and they get back to the hotel as well with a win. And learn from that.
Okay, we can hear from the Canada coach, John Herdman.
John, you just watched your players take it to the number 2 team in the world. You had a penalty save, but you hemmed Belgium in for a long time. How disappointed are you and your team not to come away with something from this game?
Yeah, I mean, proud of the performance, but you need to take 3 points in your first game. We had an opportunity tonight to be top of the group. That was the mission, and we missed it. But I'm proud of the performance. As I said, these lads put a shift in. They showed that they can live on this stage. And I think they made the fans proud and made them feel like they belong here. And that was important for us.
What was the message at center field? You were there for a few minutes, then you led your team around the many Canadian fans here inside the stadium.
I just showed them the stats. I just showed them they belong here. Told them they belong here. And we're going to go and F Croatia. That's as simple as it gets. That's our next mission now. Told them that, I lost my first game at the London 2012 Olympics, and we went on to win our first medal in 86 years. So it's how we respond now. And with that belief, and we keep the brotherhood tight, we got a chance.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Yeah, it wasn't in centre field that they had the problems, was it? It was in front of goal. Last few minutes here on BBC One, Vincent, talk about Belgium. Are you heartened by the fact that they won, or a bit disheartened by the way they played?
No, you have to go for the win. It can change. I mean, France became world champion 4 years ago. They were awful in the group stages. I just think, I hope it's not a blueprint for the rest of the tournament. as to how teams can hurt us. That's the only thing I'd be worried about.
Morocco next.
Next.
Then Croatia to finish. I mean, they're two tough games, aren't they?
Yeah, but hopefully Lukaku coming back as well. Let's not forget. Could bring something different to this team. And there's still a few players on the bench with less experience, but a different profile, and that might help us further down.
What's the word on Lukaku? Maybe the third game is most likely, isn't it?
Yeah, but hopefully they win the next game, and then they can kind of pick and choose when they want to introduce him.
Yeah. You could do that. You did that 4 years ago. You picked and chose the wrong result by beating England.
Oh my God, it was awful. Yeah.
You got on the wrong side of the draw.
Yeah, but we got to beat England twice, though. I'll take that.
You did. You beat us in England in third.
Terrible way to finish a show, that, isn't it? England getting beat.
Twice. Twice. We're used to it. It tends to happen at the end of these tournaments. Okay, but Vincent, don't go anywhere just for a moment, because we're going to chat a little bit on iPlayer second. Rio, thank you. Well, Canada mounted a challenge, but